All right, so I just recorded my Y off trio section, and it went for 30 minutes. I'm going to try to keep that around 10 right here. So we're going to have to be really quick. Bear with me. Remember, everything is in the PDF as well. Everything about Y trios in the PDF. What to remember about Y trio? 1, this is the best formation in the game. 2, I run it almost exclusively. It's that good. Really, all you need is 2 plays out of this with just a few setups. It's not very dependent on what coverage your opponent is in, but adjusting off your opponent is still critical if you're playing a skilled opponent. We all know that. However, I have about, I think, 5 plays that I go through in this formation for you guys that I want you guys to use and go out and destroy people with. But really, 2 plays are what make this formation really, really run. Now, to start things off, it's formation 4 in the gun. Click your right stick till you get to regular. This is the package we want to run to get Kamara at tight end like we talked about. That's our fullback is starting at tight end now. Quick audibles, I just put X as sticking up. This is the best play in the game. Now, every time I'm going to come out in Saints outs, which I average 6.6 yards, but 1,200 play calls. This is my first down play call so often. I'm going to call it with the trips to the right side because I'm on the right hash right now. If I'm on the right hash, I want to have the trips to the right side for Saints Y out, or for Saints outs. Just because it's much easier for me to make this read and throw with Kamara and Bryant if they are on the short side. So basically I'm playing against cover 3 right now. It's a 4-6 cover 3. And I'm going to get on Longcray and however you pronounce his name. Basically, there are 3 different options that your opponent's going to run. Since we face so much cover 3, they're either going to run purples, they're going to run clouds by playing underneath and over top, or they're going to run hard flats. That's what you're going to see commonly online. We're going to start against purples. And cover 3 almost exclusively because this is like, this play applies to, it's just a high-low read is really what we're making. But it definitely destroys cover 3. There's almost no way you can stop it. It's really good. Now, all we're going to do is read high-low, Bryant or Kamara. The setup I usually do, I put Ingram on a vert and then Thomas on an in. I just like to be able to have a check down with Thomas coming back across the field. However, again, I'm only really making the A and the B. The post is really good with Ginn, too. I throw that on a high ball sometimes. The user really goes and chases the out route. You can just throw the RB right backside them. It's a great route, but that's not what we're trying to look to hit. If they are in cover 3, I know they're in cover 3. If I see someone bump Ted Ginn and he needs to play the flat, that means he's in a purple. I can throw to Kamara immediately, or I can delayed throw to Bryant. So what makes this read a little bit confusing, but you can basically get away with throwing either of them. Just don't throw to Kamara late, because if I throw to Kamara late, I'll show you guys. There's a really good chance that's picked off and headed the other way. It probably should be a pick 6. Don't throw to Kamara late. I want to throw the second you see him bumped, boom, I'm throwing to Kamara. If he's bumping him a little closer, a lot of formations, they bump a lot more delayed. It's going to be hard to throw it here. But right when he bumps, you can throw to Kamara. I don't know how I'm not able to catch that. It's about 5 to 6 yards. If I'm in 4-3, and that's what I did it against earlier, if your opponent's at 3-4, a lot of times they're bumping them later, and you're able to have more space. It's actually about 15 yards you can gain. So you can either throw that, pass leading straight outside. You have to throw it immediately. Or you can just wait for it to develop with Bryant, because he's going to get open right over top that purple, because the purple goes down and plays Kamara. So pretty simple. I would say throw it early. In my opinion, it's better to throw early than try to, avoid not avoid pass rush, but hope you don't get sacked. I like to take what read is there. But again, if you see that bump, you can throw to Bryant late, just possession catch it, pass leading either anything from 3 to 12 o'clock on a clock with the left stick, 3 straight outside, 12 straight up. I can throw it either way, and you're going to be able to complete this with either a possession or a rack, whatever it is. This play's excellent. It destroys opponents. If they're in Tampa 2, you're going to, actually this isn't even Tampa 2. Forgot because we're in 4-6, oh well. If they're in Tampa 2, they have cloud flats on the side, similar to this. Right here, this type of look. So you're not going to be able to throw this out route. Cloud flats cover the out route. However, Kamara will get really nice and open. You can throw to him in the flat. Look at that. That's 12 yards right there. We just picked up throwing to the flat. I'm just pass leading straight up the field. Or if they're in hard flats, which it's just a read. Oh, yep, he's covering the flat. I need to throw up to Bryant. I just pass led 1 to 2 o'clock right there. It's just a simple high-low, and that's what makes this play incredible. Say all the stuff on the right side is covered. I need to check down, come back to Michael Thomas. I can do that with the in route. I possession catch and dive for some reason to catch it, but I could spin once upfield, try to make a play. Or if the user is if they're playing hard flats and they go to cover, this Bryant route, which actually that wasn't a good job of doing it. I had to throw high points again. I need to get off this linebacker. They're doing something like this where the user runs to go cover Bryant and they have hard flats out there. I'm not able to throw either of them. I can high point again, or I can just throw the post. That post is really powerful too. So that is Saints outs for you guys. First play of every drive for me, Saints outs. First play of every game, Saints outs. It's incredible. You can run it wide side. It's not as easy to. You can. I don't know. It's just I'd prefer to run it short side. I can still throw it. Just a long throw. A lot of time for your opponent to click on, try to make a play or hit you, and you're not able to catch it. I would run it short side. But next up is our first quick audible, which we changed. The best play in the game, sticking up. Now this is what makes this offense run. What's crucial for this is pass protection. You need to have time to be able to throw this X route. So that is why we need a mobile QB who can get me to roll out to the right. Setup one is I come up to the line, I max protect, then I'm going to either, you can do it in a bunch of different ways, but I'm going to streak RB, slant B, drag A. What this does is this puts Bryant and Thomas on two crossing routes that meet in the middle of the field, and they make your opponent basically pick which one to cover, because this beats every single coverage this play does, and it destroys every single coverage. This is my setup number one. I also slide protect away from Ingram. I always slide protect away from my running back. Now, they have purples out on the field. I know that, but purples do end up covering B fairly well. However, can I throw it over? I can't. I have to throw X there. However, I can just always check down if they're not coming down. That's how I know they have purples. So, out on the field. So, same setup right here. What I would do is if the opponent goes and covers X, I would just check down a Kamara. That's a lot of yards. 10, 12 yards there on a drag. Super easy. Those purples play deep. Now, a lot of opponents will play clouds or these blues. This is when this play really starts to go to work, because this beats the meta that a lot of people run, which is run clouds on cover 3. You can throw to X. That's fine and dandy. Great. Or you can now officially fit that B route right over, and that thing can go to the crib because of the man match on the left side. And Dez Bryant just destroys that defender. Oh, side note. When you make this play call, I'm going to call off Saints outs here. I'm sure you guys will figure this out, but when you switch to regular, just make sure all your wide receivers are sub back into their correct spots, because it does screw up. I think it puts a tight end in the slot. You just need to sub back in your wide receiver. Quick note. It doesn't make a huge difference, but yeah, that's something I wanted to do. Again, cover 3 we're facing, because this beats every single coverage. Same setup. I can throw to X or B. I could even hit A, actually. I didn't have time there. I could hit A on a check down, still get 5+ yards, maybe even, I'll do it for the sake of it, maybe even more. See how many yards I can get when they're playing. Oh, that's actually, they're playing purple, so I didn't change it, but still able to get 11, 10 yards on a safe read. Who's going to cover that drag with a user? They do have hard flats, because maybe you're hitting up this drag, or they're putting hard flats out because of Saints outs, remember, because they're trying to stop that flat route. Now things get really butt naked. Do I have time? I do. I don't. B is going to get really, really naked, and then I throw to X a lot too. Again, pass rush and regs is really good because O-linemen aren't good, and this Rams pass rush is actually incredible, but you're going to have more time in Mutt. It's not going to be easy to get the time, but see, again, I'm able to they shed me instantly. It's the hard part about labbing. You don't get the time that you would get in a Mutt game. Try it one more time. They're playing hard flats because maybe they're trying to stop Saints outs. They actually blitz for some weird reason there. I'm able to get it off to Thomas, fit it into that area. I don't like that, but I'll do it one more time. It's really getting frustrating, though. Yeah. So now there's no pass rush. They are playing hard flats, though. They're trying to stop Saints outs. What do I have open? Oh, flat on the... I could throw either B or X. I throw B right here just to show you that that does get open. X is the best route in the game, though. Don't get me wrong. X beats everything. If they're playing man coverage, like cover 1 hole, or they're sending like a big blitz at you, and I run this same setup right here, I'm just going to be careful of... I'm going to put the spies out on the field to give myself more time, too. So they're in man coverage right here. Basically, it's a read between X or B because they both beat man coverage and they both destroy man coverage. Look how much space Thomas had right there. It will beat man always. The only way X gets covered is if it gets usered or cross man really well, or maybe it's 4th and 15. They play the sticks. They're able to get their clouds back enough, or 4th and 16 or something to get to be able to cover that Thomas route. But that Thomas route is powerful. That's setup 1. Beats every coverage. Just get used to it. It's an excellent play. Setup 2 is maybe long yardage, 4th and 15 like I talked about. I would set it up something like this. Max protect, streak, RB, and then in route, Dez Bryant. If I have playmaker on Dez, I can playmaker him up the field once the user goes and takes X. That is what I'm looking to do. I also motion snap Kamara. I'm not going to be able to show it very well, but right here in this tender spot, right where the user would be, I would playmaker it up the field and throw it if he goes and takes X because he's playing deep. He's trying to stop this really hard route to stop. And that RB won't get over the zone because it's 4th and 12 or 13 or farther. But X still, that's my long yardage play. I can keep on a slant and playmaker, or I can do a drag. Both work. But that's the setup that I like to do is the baby in route because it's a little more delayed. Last setup 3, the really, really, really glitchy one. Ingram on a wheel. Now, Ingram isn't super fast. It's just RB, streak, B is on a drag. I'm blocking Kamara, and then I have Ingram on a wheel. But watch what happens with Ingram here and this interaction he has on the left side. Am I going to have time? I'm not. Ingram gets absolutely naked against cover 3. This Bryant will suck down the zone. I'm going to show it just to... Sometimes they will match, a linebacker will. You can lob it over or just check down at that point. But depending on how the linebacker plays it with Ingram here, watch this. Look at why. Boom. Lob it over. Drew Brees makes an absolutely terrible throw. Or you can bullet it in there. It just requires Dez Bryant to have time to be able to suck this coverage down. Again, if they're playing clouds or hard flats, it's gonna be so open. This is just against purples that I need to work on my timing with this. So do I have time here? Boom, I'm able to throw it right over. Touchdown almost if I have a fast running back. That is big, wheeling him out of the backfield. It's a hard adjustment to get used to. They go and cover X. They don't see anything else in the field, and boom, you hit them with that. Excellent. Or if they play hard flats, again, this isn't going to take way too much of skill to read how open that is right there. That's, again, a fast running back. That's probably a touchdown. And if they have clouds, same thing. You just need to wait for the drag to be able to suck down that blue on the left side. But that's what makes this formation super good, is this sticking up plus Saints outs combo.